The long wait is over. The playoffs are finally here. We are live at Whittles Field as Spalding look to keep their dynasty going. A trip for their fourth consecutive MIAA championship game is in their hands tonight if they can hold off Gilman. I'm Tyler Lochte. He is Jordan Johnson, and we are just about set to go here on this cold November night.
Playoff time, Tyler. You know this is a big game for Spalding. Obviously, listen, three-time defending champions, but you know none of that matters here today. Throw the records out the window in a playoff game. All chips on the line. Should be a fun one.
Connor Soriel gets us underway with a long kick that sails out of bounds. And we will see this Spalding offense led by Brian Snowden Jr. in his biggest ever game.
Yeah, no doubt. Last week, certainly a little bit of a learning experience for Brian Snowden, kind of an up and down day. But now he's had a chance to look back at that film, learn from it, coming into his biggest start of the year against the Gilman team. Should be fun to watch.
Let's see what the freshman wearing number 9 can do in his first playoff start in his first year of high school football. We're going to see a lot of Antonio Ledbetter. He is the man next to him. He gets the football, and Ledbetter runs up the middle, cuts back, and is down past the 40. A huge run to start this off for Spalding. Coach Kyle Schmidt said this team needs to start fast, and so far they have.
Certainly did that. Obviously, we know what Antonio Ledbetter can do. He doesn't have his running mate Cam Pinson out there, but we know what he can do. Good start for this Spalding offense.
Give us to Ledbetter again. Up the middle he goes for another first down. And again, you said it, Cam Pinson, who averages 65 rushing yards a game, is out tonight for the first time this year.
And establishing this run game is really going to help this Spalding offense down the stretch, because another thing that Kyle Schmidt said they wanted to do was cherish the football. Well, you can certainly do that it's in the run game.
Ledbetter again takes the ball, and he's going to get another solid gain. Spalding staying in front of the sticks here on their first drive.
Again, just another good start for this Spalding offense. They want to keep that foot on the gas. Again, we know with this Spalding offense, it's that high-tempo offense, that no huddle, and that run usually sets up a pass. So don't be surprised if we see a little play action or another RPO here.
Antonio Ledbetter coming off a monster game. Here's the first pass tonight, and Aaron Igwebe breaks free. Down the sideline, he stays in bounds, and he scores, or does he? He thinks he did. The refs say he was down inside the 5.
Well, regardless, this is why you start off the game with 3 straight runs. You get those defenders in the box, you run that little screen play, they're coming up to a guy like Igwebe, and then his speed just does the rest.
So touchdown gets wiped off the board, but Spalding are in great shape here. The ball at the 5-yard line. Antonio Ledbetter coming off a monster game. He had 4 scores on the ground against MSJ last week. Instead, the ball goes to Bradenkamp, the tight end, as Kyle Schmidt gets a little funky with it there in the red zone, and he's going to be tackled just shy of the end zone.
That's why you save those creative trick plays for playoff time. Don't be surprised if we see a couple more of those up Kyle Schmidt's sleeve.
They also had an extra lineman on the field in that play, Owen Rickard, the junior. He will come off.
Watch out for Cam Miller here in the slot.
False start here on Spalding. That's going to back them up. But again, even with Pinson out, who has had a great year, there's so many weapons on this Spalding offense, including Aaron Igwebe, who had that big run to set it up.
Yeah, Igwebe again, just that run that really set up the screen pass there, get his speed there. Now Spalding finds himself in the red zone.
Handoff goes to Ledbetter. He goes right up the middle and scores. The Red Sea parts for number 6, who put 6 on the board for Spalding.
No trickery needed. Sometimes you just have to give it to your do-it-all guy, and Antonio Ledbetter able to run up the middle. And again, I know we harp on it from time to time here, but it was the big boys that set it up gave Ledbetter a walk-in touchdown, excuse me.
You're going to see a lot of number 6 tonight as he finds pay dirt. The kick is good. It's 7-0 Spalding here in the semifinals. And let's take another look at how they got the ball downfield.
First, the screen pass to Agwebe. You have everybody in the box. All he has to do is have that straight line speed. Did we see him do that? Did he get in? I don't know. You be the judge there. Nevertheless, then they're able to give it right off to Antonio Ledbetter. Shout out to the offensive lineman setting up the runs for him. Get another look at this. How about that hole that came open so quickly? I mean, you just don't see that all the time. This is a line that's comfortable with each other, been playing together all year, and this is when it shows in playoff time.
So Spalding is going to kick off here to a Gilman offense that struggled last time out, did not score against McDonough.
How do you respond if you're this Gilman offense? Everyone in the stadium expected Spalding to start off fast. If you're Gilman, can you match that?
It's going into the hands of Aiden Johnson. Johnson's going to run over to the far side, and he is barely going to get to the 15-yard line. So a long way to go here for Gilman on their first drive.
And don't be surprised to see them establish the run themselves with a guy like Johnson. Coming in, guy 500 yards on the season, 3 touchdowns, 511 to be exact. 3 touchdowns, so they might try and establish the run, get him going to set, just like Spalding did, to set up that play-action pass.
Actually, including last game, up to 534 yards. And again, this is an offense that really likes to get their work done on the ground. Back there right now, Isaiah Trusty. Instead of pass on the first play, and it's going to be thrown wide there of the intended target, Dan Yelchek.
Dangerous pass there, and throwing it right in the middle of number one Sean Johnson there.
Gabe Coratiel is in at quarterback here today. He was 6 of 14 for 31 yards and an interception against McDonough. We could see a little bit of Brian Curtis, who played in that one as well, here tonight. Running back is Isaiah Trusty again. And a whistle's going to go here. False start is going to back up Gilman even more here on second down.
Yeah, but we talk about starting fast. This Spalding defense needs a good start. Certainly, they got roughed around a little bit against Mount St. Joe. They were able to have some success throwing the ball. Would love to see them get off to a solid couple drives. We know what Joey Shepers can do, finding himself in the backfield. We obviously know what a guy like Sean Johnson can do, leading the secondary unit. So would love to see them get off to a little bit of a faster start here.
Gilman packing things in tight here on second down and long. Handoff is faked. Coratiel fires it over the middle, and the pass is dropped by Crickstan. It was put on him there. It would have been a nice gain up to about the 20-yard line. And instead, Crickstan just couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, you just couldn't hang on to it. I thought at first somebody might have gotten a deflection there, might have forced that pass a little bit behind him. But nevertheless, a big third. Excuse me, are we going? Set up a big situation for Gilman. Excuse me. And that is a third down, excuse me.
Spalding's defense.
That they need to convert here.
Spalding's defense on third downs this year, allowing a conversion just 31% of the time, and it's because they usually get the opposing offense backed up. Short pass is going to be caught here, running over to the near side, and getting awfully close to the first down marker is Jute Taylor. And they are going to move the chains.
How about Jute Taylor there making a move again? Good pass, good clean pocket there, little sidearm pass, and then he's able to get away from Jaden Bowling, and then, hey, just make a good move, make a play, young fella.
So Jute Taylor helps Gilman convert there on third down and 15, and if they can pick up the first in that situation, that certainly gives confidence to this Gilman group.
Listen, this is a Gilman group that has some athletes on the outside. It's just about getting the ball into their hands.
Ball's in the hands of Trusty here, and he bulldozes forward for a good chunk on first down. You're going to see a lot of misdirection in this Gilman offense. They love to put guys in motion. As you saw there, Ono Lapo was running behind the quarterback as a decoy.
No doubt. You're trying to get those blockers out in front of a big guy like Trusty. And again, set up that run that allows you to set up that pass just like they did on third down.
They're going to give him 4 yards there on first down. That sets up 2nd and 6 here for the Greyhounds. Corteil is in at quarterback. He's going to drop back to throw. Pressure comes. He fires it over to the far side. He wanted Ono Lapo, who tripped and fell before he could make the catch. And all of a sudden, it's third down and medium.
You understand the game plan for Gilman, right? Because if there is one deficiency on this Spalding team, it's probably going to be that you're going to have your one-on-one chances against these DBs. But at the same time, as a quarterback, you have to execute and get it to your guys.
A lot of talent on this Spalding defense, especially in their secondary with guys like Sean Johnson and Chase Hoyle moving on to play at the FBS level next year. This crowd's making noise here. It's third down again. Corteil trying to get that defensive front for Spalding to jump. Now he's going to run to his left, fire it, and it's caught. Another first down there for Gilman. It's Marcus Turpin, the go-to target for this Gilman offense for a nice game.
And again, it was that motion that bought Corteil a little bit of time. It's, again, another sidearm throw. And talked about it, these DBs just getting one over on Chase Smith, who I don't think he thought the ball was going there. Too late of a closeout there.
Again, opposing offenses stopped on 69% of third downs against Spalding this year. Today, Gilman is a perfect 2 for 2. Here's a handoff up the middle for Aiden Johnson, and there is nowhere to go.
And that's the secondary, that's the strength of this Spalding team, is that interior D-line, and we certainly see it there going up against the run. Expect them to do a great job of containing the run throughout this game. Wouldn't shock me at all.
So 2nd down to 9 coming up here for Gilman. And I think that it's certainly in their best interest to control the clock. Here, you don't want to go quickly because you want to limit Spalding's possessions in this game.
Absolutely.
Spalding, a team rarely stopped when they've got the football. Corteil throws it over to the near side. Plenty of room for Johnson. But he gets quickly run down by Brandon Hicks, the junior.
And great close out there by this Spalding secondary. Look, as soon as that ball comes out, you see the DBs close in, and just a great play going down low to make that tackle is Brandon Hicks. And that's exactly what you need for a Spalding defense. It's been roughed up a little bit on this first drive.
3rd down and 4. Can Gilman do it again here against this tough Spalding defense?
If you're Spalding, you need to stop just for your own confidence to sort of get that established on defense here.
Crowd making some noise here.
Big camo out tonight.
Corteil, pressure comes. He fires to Turpin, who is immediately taken down by Ethan Boston, and Spalding do get their stop.
Again, surprised they went through the middle there with the screen pass. Understand the concept, but going up get in the middle through those Spalding linebackers, the strength of that defense, a little bit shocked that Gilman ran that there. Shocked they didn't go to the outside on the DBs where they had success earlier. But nevertheless, here on 4th down, Gilman's got a punt.
Connor Sorial is set to punt this away. Aaron Igwebe is back deep. Sorial just gets it away. It's going to bounce in front of Igwebe. Igwebe's going to let it roll, and it takes a Gilman hop all the way down inside the 5. A perfect punt there for Connor Sorial.
Give credit to Sorial for even being able to get off that punt, as it was almost blocked. And then the IQ from Igwebe, seeing that wobbler of the ball, just saying, hey, not going to take your chances, don't want to turn the ball over. Would rather have it in that type of field position than to turn it over altogether.
So a long way to go here for Brian Snowden and this Spalding offense. But again, he's got plenty of weapons here to pick up yards in a hurry.
You're in cherish the football mode here.
Handoff goes to Ledbetter, near side. He gets around the edge. He gets a great block, and he's across the 30.
That's certainly a way to cherish the football and get yourself out of some bad position there. Give it to your do-it-all back. The lineman setting up. How about Cam Miller with the block there on the outside? These Spalding receivers, week to week, they're just getting better and better, blocking on the outside and setting up these runs. Certainly did it there.
Snowden, quick pass to Igwebe. Wants to shake off a tackle, but just ran out of real estate on the near side. That was Desmond Barkus in coverage, who did a good job to just cut off any angle for big number 13 to take off.
You certainly know that teams are going to game plan for that. So what I'm going to be watching out for throughout this game is who are the other guys in this receiving core that they can get incorporated. Miller, Ledbetter.
False start there on Spalding is going to back them up, and that will set up 2nd down and 9.
Just to finish that point, we don't know if it will come into play today. A certain guy like Igwebe could certainly get it done, but potentially if Spalding were to advance, that's something certainly a lot of teams, potentially a St. Mary's or a McDonough, would be looking at on film. Just something to keep your eye out on.
Snowden going to look to throw. He finds Igwebe over on the near sideline. He's going to make the catch, and that should be enough to move the chains.
Methodical now through the air. The run on the first play of the drive, setting up these quick passes. Spalding here want to play a little bit of ball control themselves, not give the ball back to this Gilman offense that had a little bit of success on their first drive.
Snowden fakes the handoff, looks over the middle, and he nearly had Bradenkamp, who would have been gone.
That is one that Brian Snowden is going to want back. Bradenkamp had a wide-open touchdown for 6. You get a look at this pass, just a little bit behind Bradenkamp, and that's one that both guys are going to want back. Bradenkamp, he's doing all he can. He's just a shorter guy, but Snowden's got to put that ball in a better spot. But that's one he'll learn from.
2nd down and 10 here for Spalding. Snowden, high arcing pass. It's bobbled and nearly intercepted. Aiden Johnson came in. Desmond Barkus was in coverage, and a flag will fly.
See what the flag is, but nevertheless is a dangerous pass there from Brian Snowden. Maybe thought that he was getting a free play himself, throwing it up. And nevertheless, you certainly don't want to put the ball in harm's way like that.
Snowden has been excellent in his freshman campaign. 22 touchdowns, just 1 interception, but that's when you 2 passes in a row that he would like back.
And when you see passes like that, you have to remember that Brian Snowden only is a freshman. This is literally not even his 11th game out there.
That penalty, it was a hold on Spalding. It's going to be declined by Gilman here, and I really like that call. It sets up 3rd down and 10 instead of 2nd down and 20 against a team that could get 20 in just one play. It's a chance here for Gilman to pick up a big-time stop early in this game. Snowden claps, takes the snap. He's going to look downfield for Cam Miller, who's got it, and he is gone.
Said it earlier, who are the other guys that were going to step up? Cam Miller, we know what kind of speed he has. Makes a move on his DB. All Snowden has to do is put it in a spot, and he certainly does that. Cam Miller does the rest. And how about this start for the Spalding offense? That's certainly what the coaching staff wanted.
And how about Kyle Schmidt just taking a shot there on 3rd down and 10? It hits, and the extra point makes it 14-0 here for Spalding.
Get another look at this. All Brian Snowden has to do is put this on the numbers. Cam Miller had a step on his DB, and then he does the rest with it. Pitch and catch just like you're doing it in the backyard. Doesn't get much better than that.
It's the 11th total touchdown this year for Cam Miller, who has them through the air, both throwing and catching, and on the ground as well. He really is a do-it-all guy, just a sophomore, with offers from some of the biggest schools in the country already.
Wouldn't shock me if he's a 5-star by the time it's all said and done. And I know he's seeing his mentor, Torrey Smith, do that a ton of times, get that wide open space and just take the pure speed from there.
I'm sure.
A lot of these Spalding receivers mentored under Torrey Smith.
I'm sure Torrey Smith and his former quarterback, Malik Washington, would love to see him stay here in the state and head to Maryland.
No doubt.
A school that has already offered him. Mo Lonergan is set to boot this away. And it will fall into the hands there of Johnson. Johnson looking to get something here on the return. And it's a nice tackle there to stop him from getting much further by Brandon Hicks. Second time we've said number 20's name tonight. And he does a good job there to just get free of three guys, but Hicks wraps him up.
You know, special teams is an emphasis of this Spalding team and Coach Kyle Schmidt.
All right, so here's this Gilman offense again. They were able to pick up a few first downs on 3rd and 5+. Through the air today, Cora Teal has hit some big-time throws. But again, they really like to get things going on the ground. Here's Trusty. Nearly found a hole, but it was shut quickly by Joey Sheffers.
Joey Sheffers always on top of the run there. This time he's a little late to it, not able, trying to get through some blocks. He's a guy that's always going to draw a double team, but he's able to get off of it and limit that run.
But again, that linebacker core of Sheffers were in 0, number 4, Ethan Boston, and number 5, Justin Snell. It is so hard to run the ball against those three.
That is, talk about it being camo night. That is certainly a unit.
Second down, and it's gone 7 here. Trusty gets the ball again, and the big back is going to rumble his way across the 25 and down to the 26-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 4.
Again, I'm shocked that Gilman, down 2 scores, is choosing to run the ball in this interior D-line of Spalding. Again, the strength of this Spalding defense, but another big 3rd down here. Watch out for these DBs, and they're going to have to be on point here.
Again, this is not where Gilman wants to be. They have a lot of two-way guys, so that's a lot of snaps. And guys certainly could get tired. You really want a response here for Gilman after the long touchdown on 3rd down by Spalding. Let's see if Gilman can convert a 3rd down of their own. It's a deep ball down the far sideline, and it is almost caught there by Crickstand, but a flag will fly. And it looks like this is going to be on the defense.
That is going to get called every time, and it's because Chase Smith didn't turn his head there. Get a look at this. Understand putting it up, one-on-one situation.
Jordan, this is almost caught.
Wow.
I mean, it looked like he nearly pulled it in, and, of course, they would have declined it again.
Get a look on the replay. I don't know. At first I thought Smith didn't turn his head. Still just one of those 50-50 balls. I think it could go either way. Just guys getting a little handsy there, but that's why you throw the ball deep on 3rd down, is to give yourself an opportunity like that, because you never know what can happen in those one-on-one situations, receiver and DB. And if you're Gilman, it pays off in the form of the penalty, keeping you on the field.
Another 3rd down conversion, albeit with some help there by this Spalding defense. And up goes to Johnson. And Johnson finds his top speed pretty quick there, but good job by this Spalding D-line, not giving up a big roll.
Yeah, good closeout there by Jonah Lewis there. On the outside there, closing up on that run. And, to your point, Tyler, a lot of these Gilman guys are playing both ways. A lot of subs here to keep your eyes out for.
Yeah, again, when you've got guys playing both sides of the ball, you want to try to keep them as fresh as you can with substitutions. Corteal, the quarterback. After a few yards are picked up there on 1st down, and it's going to be dropped there by Jute Taylor. Already has a big catch tonight, and that would have been a nice gain as it felt like the entire Spalding defense was in the backfield.
Yeah, they certainly got bit there, and they're lucky that Taylor dropped it because that would have been a big play there. But, yeah, I was going to make the point that, you're seeing a lot of these motions out of the Gilman offense. This is something that Spalding sees, their defense sees from their own offense in practice. So this is certainly nothing new for them, and just something to keep an eye out for as we go out throughout this first quarter and throughout the rest of the game.
Spalding looking for another stop. Gilman looking for another third down conversion. Cora Teal looking for anybody open downfield, and he throws it out of bounds to bring up fourth down.
And it's the DBs that set that up. Good coverage by them, making Cora Teal have to scramble around, just unable to find anybody. So good stand by the Spalding defense, especially after the penalty there. DBs held their own, and now they're getting Gilman off the field with a chance to get their own offense back on the field and go up potentially 3 scores here.
Hunter Soriel had a dart of a punt last time out.
Down 2 scores. Watch out for a potential fate.
Oh, Soriel bobbled it, and he gets dragged down after a perfect punt. A mistake from Connor. Soriel sets up this Spalding offense in perfect position. And it's David Ledbetter who got back there and made the play.
How about the receiver, David Ledbetter, on playing special teams there? Guys, talk about guys that can do it all. That's one that's certainly going to pop on the highlight reel. And good play by David Ledbetter, and staying out there to play offense as he does. Special teams, special teams. It's what matters in these big games.
And off goes to Ledbetter around the far side, and there's the burst. Antonio Ledbetter, after his brother makes a big play on special teams, he takes it in one play.
Not only the burst, but the footwork to stay in bounds, do a little moonwalk backwards into the end zone. And Spalding up 3 scores here early. Exactly the start they needed on offense. And you have to love it and get who else? Antonio Ledbetter. All you have to do is feed the beast.
And the kick is good. It's already 21-0 for Spalding. Just one play, and it's a score.
Get the initial burst from Ledbetter. The blockers in front, Miller and Jubilee. Then look here as he's going backwards. Let me go backwards. Keep it going. Then he's able to turn around, stretch that ball out. Doesn't get much better than that. Doing a little bit of everything on that run. And, of course, it's a camo out here at Spalding for the playoff game. All the students dressed in camouflage. We're Spalding, one of the best student sections in the MIAA. And with their theme nights, we were here for Halloween last week. And now as it gets a little bit colder, are going into Camo night. We'll have to see if they advance what the theme is next week for potential championship.
So Mo Lonergan is going to kick this away for already the 3rd time. And again, Spalding started with the ball, so that tells you everything you need to know. Johnson is going to take this and get it across the 25-yard line, and we will see the Gilman offense here again.
You hate to say it's do or die time in the first quarter, but down by 3 scores, Gilman needs something here to keep the pace.
Again, remember, this is a Gilman team that earned this spot. Finished 4th in the regular season in the MIAA, especially with that win over Calvert Hall, who finished with the same amount of wins as the Greyhounds, but that head-to-head victory enough.
Winner of this game will get the winner of McDonough and St. Mary's, which is going on right now. And regardless, that game will be played right here at Spalding next Saturday.
There's a run up the middle, and yet again, this Spalding defense with a nice defensive play. An update on that McDonough game. It is the Eagles up 24-7 in the 3rd quarter over the Saints of St. Mary's.
Of course, we saw Spalding go to McDonough and beat them at their place 35-13 earlier in the season. So that would be a fun rematch if both of these scores hold up.
Patrick Morrow is down, and that's going to stop the clock.
And just while we're talking about that, this championships here, we also have the B Conference championships here next weekend. Right now, we've got Boys Latin and Pilati playing in the semifinal at Meade High School now, and then John Carroll and St. Paul's in the B Conference. So the winner of those games will play for the B Conference championships right here at Spalding next Saturday.
And we're going to have all the action for you right here on Time Sports. First kickoff is at 3 p.m. for the B Conference game. Should be a ton of fun. We're really looking forward to bringing you all that action here next week. Again, that is next Saturday, not Friday, for Nighttime Sports. There's Gilman's bench. A frustrating start here for the Greyhounds.
There's Patrick Morrow, the guard and DN that was hurt for them, able to get to his feet. Certainly good to see that for Gilman.
Gilman, they just need a spark right now, and they're going to have to wait for the second quarter to get it. So as the clock runs down after the injury, Gilman with the football when we come back here on Hype Time Sports. Don't go anywhere. MIAA playoffs right here on Hype Time Sports. Welcome back here to Whittles Field. A great crowd on hand here tonight on a chilly night in Severn. So far, a really strong start for the hosts. Gilman looking to get something going here on offense. Each time that they've had the ball, they've been able to move it a little bit, but haven't been able to finish. Pressure coming there as the pass just gets away to Johnson, who picks up a nice gain. But Coratiel was leveled in the backfield.
Lucky that he was able to get that pass away. Then Johnson making a move. How about that hit there? Ethan Boston laying it down. And then Johnson just able to see a little bit of green and make something out of it. Coratiel looked like he got shaken up a little bit. He's going to stay in the game. Luckily for Gilman, being there for a big third down here. Wouldn't be shocked if I saw Spalding rushing potentially 4, 5.
Third down and 3 here for Gilman. Handoff goes to Trusty, and he pulls forward and picks up the first and more. A big run there for number 15, who's been running hard all night long.
Well, it was the motion of that offensive line really allowing that little bit of a hole to open up. Gilman just takes advantage of it. Well done.
So Gilman, they keep those chains moving here. And again, this is a team that did not score last time out against McDonough.
And that was Morrow making the block. Good on him getting back in the game and making a play on third down.
Coratiel, he's going to look for the long ball down the near sideline, and he just overthrew Crickstan.
That was an opportunity there. Tries to get it on the opposite shoulder there. Get another look at this. How about the arm strength? That one had some hang time on it. Like the idea there. Unfortunately, you're Gilman. You just got to execute. Those are the plays you're going to want back.
Again, Crickstan looked like he may have had a step. Three wide here for Coratiel. Second down and 10 for the Greyhounds. Cortiel looks over the middle. He's going to get a nice conversion there. Another first down on the board for Gilman. Andrew Goodale, the senior, with a nice catch and run.
The Cortiel saw that blitz coming all the way, and he just got the ball out quick, and it was his big tight end right down the middle there, and able to get him another first down. This is how you fight your way back into a game. At this point, if you're Gilman, you're not looking at 21-0. You're looking at it as if it's 0-0, and you've got to go get points on this drive. And that's how it looks like they're playing.
Again, this Gilman team, with a bit of confidence, they've been able to pick up a few first downs here tonight. Flag is going to fly. Throw over to the far side. It's going to be caught by Johnson, who's immediately taken down, but I think that's going to be coming back. A hold there on Gilman.
Very obvious hold there by Dominic Edwards.
So this Greyhound offense moving the wrong way right now. Again, we've seen them pick up first downs after big-time losses.
But those are the holds that it's hard to blame the linemen there, because when you have those quarterback scramble outs and those motions, you got to buy the quarterback a few extra seconds, and sometimes the hands can just get caught a little bit, but nevertheless, they certainly don't help you.
It's going to be a handoff here to Johnson, who could not get around the edge.
Good close out there by this Spalding linebacker group, led by Sheffers, and then Brandon Hicks, the DB, finishing off that play. Of course, we know how tough Sheffers is, and he's always in the backfield, so sets up a second down for this Spalding defense, where you feel like they really need to stop here just for their own momentum, their own confidence. Is Gilman getting this ball to the 50, getting a little bit of momentum themselves.
Cortiel looking at a long way to go here towards that first down marker, and a big hit there breaks up the pass. Chase Smith laying the hammer down on Crickstand.
How do you make up for a bad penalty? You go and make another play. Way to keep your head in it, Chase Smith, and go and make a play there. Well done for the junior DB, who's certainly been tested throughout the season. Come playoff time, he's making a play.
So third down and very long. Now for Gilman. They have to get all the way down to around the 30. They're not even to the 50. Here's a throw over the middle. It's going to be caught by Jute Taylor. And that's going to get Gilman about halfway there. They might go for this. They're in no man's land.
Yeah, down 3 scores in no man's land would make sense to keep your offense out on the field here. Certainly just have to give yourself a shot to cut into this lead. And if you're Spalding, good discipline there on that third down, keeping things in front of you. You have to do the same thing here on fourth down.
So it's going to be fourth down and about 14 yards here for Gilman. Opponent's 38% against Spalding this year on fourth down, and the job just got that much harder. And Gilman are going to punt this away.
Yeah, second penalty for Edwards on the drive, and that one costly at that. And now they're going to have to go punt this ball, give it back to this Spalding offense. It's been hot. Those are killers. You really felt like Gilman needed this drive to get any sort of momentum in this game. That's one that we're going to look back on and say that woulda, coulda, shoulda certainly doesn't change things.
Low snap, punt is away. Kim Miller's going to let that bounce. It's going to keep rolling, and it's down inside the 10. So one mistake on a mishandling of a snap, but two perfect punts outside of that for Connor Sorial.
Give the special teams unit of Gilman and Sorial credit. Certainly putting this Spalding offense a little bit behind the sticks in some not great field position, but as we saw in the last drive, it frankly might not even matter here.
So a long way to go here for Spalding again. It's a
Prettyman
touch pass here to Cam Miller. Miller trying to cut back inside, and Miaa Jews will drag him down. A flag will fly over on the near side.
Got Ahmad Prettyman in there at running back. No Cam Pinson in there. Prettyman's reps will be increased.
That flag is going to go here against Spalding. That will back them up. I think it's going to be a hold there on Jupe, the tight end.
Yeah, and down there that team certainly can't have those.
Wow. So Gilman will decline the penalty.
Interesting.
I think they'll take the gain of just 2 with this exploding Spalding offense. May have behooved them, though, to back them up even closer to the goal line. Handoff goes to Prettyman. Prettyman just ran into a wall there. Miaa Jews, who makes the play for the second play in a row.
Yeah, he just ran into an absolute brick wall at that. Prettyman had a little bit of a burst coming out the gate there, but now this sets up a big third down for this Spalding offense. Wouldn't shock me here if we saw a little something quick from Miller or Gwebe, get them with the ball in their hands quickly to make a play.
Igwebe, he's got it near side, dragged down just across the 20, but that's enough to move the chains there for Spalding.
And again, as expected, get the ball quick to your speedster and Igwebe, let him make a play for a first down. Execute the simple ones, and they certainly did that on third down.
Snowden looking downfield. He wants Miller, who dove for it just out of reach.
Miller had a step on Johnson. Again, those are the ones that Snowden's going to look back and want back just a little bit too out in front of Miller there. Yeah, man, that would have been a sweet catch, though, if Miller was able to get under it.
Second down and 10 here for Spalding. So they couldn't connect on the big play. Quick pass near side. Igwebe has blockers and takes off. Aaron Igwebe down the sideline, pushed out of bounds just in front of the 30.
He doesn't need much blocking, but when he has it, all he's got to do is make a move. How about the big boys getting out there on the screenplay? It's only one block, and Igwebe does the rest. Pure speed out there for this Spalding offense. Igwebe is just one of the most, if not the most dangerous weapon here in the MIAA conference.
Handoff is faked. That's Igwebe again through contact. He is going to make the catch and move the chains again, and this drive is all number 13.
You're seeing the full complement, the speed, the hands, the everything, and we know how much of a leader he is for this Spalding offense.
He's staying local. He's headed to Towson to play college ball. I'm sure Spalding very happy to see yet another player that will be moving on to the next level. New set of downs here for Snowden. He's going to hand it off. Ahmad Prettyman pushes his way down to around the 20.
It's usually a two-headed monster of Ledbetter and Pinson, but there's always a guy to spell them, and that's Prettyman.
In 6 games this year, Prettyman averaging 36 yards per game in those in which he has appeared.
And that's why you that's why you have a rotation of running backs. So when a guy like Pinson's out, it's almost like a seamless transition.
Yeah, Prettyman still averages over 6 yards a carry, and he has a big carry here down inside the 10. It's goal to go here for Spalding.
Yeah, the easy come, easy go. The big boy set up a hole there. Ooh, getting a guy like Hughes on the ground there. You don't see that happen very much.
Again, we've seen two big plays by Hughes on this drive alone. Snowden. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking in zone. It's intercepted. Marcus Turpin. That's just the second pick of the year thrown by Snowden.
Kyle Schmidt is livid out there. Understandably so. If I'm Snowden, that's your opportunity to go and run. He's a little bit of an athlete himself, and you understand wanting to get the ball to your big tight end, but that's just too dangerous of a throw to make.
Excuse me, that's Onolapo who got his hands to it.
And then you see, it's a little bit of the tough love. You see Kyle Schmidt there, a little bit angry there. Then he comes, talks to his quarterback, calms him down, says, hey, you're good. You're still up by 3 scores. And get rolling and still some confidence back in them. But that's certainly not a play you want to see in the red zone.
So now Gilman will take over at the 20 after the touchback from the interception. A crucial stop that keeps them alive, really.
And Gilman has to get something going here on this drive.
Remember, they do start with the football in the second half. Here's a deep ball. It's just through the hands of Juice, who made a few big defensive plays on the last drive. Nearly had a huge play there.
I tell you what, Brandon Hicks almost got caught ball watching a little bit, watching the quarterback too much, and was a little bit late closing in on Juice. Got lucky that this Gilman offense couldn't execute. It was dangerous.
You can't blame Gilman for taking these shots. They've been there. The throws just a few feet off from Coratiel tonight. Coratiel, pressure comes, gets out of one, but can't break free from Justin Snell, who picks up the sack.
That's what this Spalding defense needed. Find a way to get into the backfield, get that pass rush going. It starts off with Tristan Brown and then Justin Snell able to finish it off, but it was Brown who made the initial play to keep Coratiel in the backfield. Good play by Snell, finishing him off, setting up. Big third down here.
First half winding down. It was a big-time interception by Anthony Onolapo that set up this possession here for Gilman. Now they're down to their last breath of it. Coratiel immediately under pressure. Flag will fly. It's going to be caught here. I trust you. Spins forward to get the first down, but we will have to check the flag, and if it's on Gilman.
This one might be coming back for holding.
Yep, it is going to be a hold. A great play here by Coratiel.
Yeah, that one's pretty obvious there. Again, you respect it. You're trying to get your quarterback some time, but you got the clear grab of the jersey there. The refs aren't going to miss that one.
So instead of a new set of downs for Gilman, they're going to have to back it up even more. A crushing penalty there, but you wonder again if there is no hold, does Coratiel get dragged down for a big loss?
Now here on this third down, wouldn't be shocked to see Gilman try and do what they did a couple drives ago and test these Spalding DBs and try and draw a penalty on the Spalding defense, potentially buy them a first down.
Third down and a long way to go here for Gilman, who just handed off to Johnson, and he is going to be dragged down. Good job there by Boston to get him in the backfield, and Gilman can't capitalize on the huge turnover.
There's two thoughts there, right? On one hand, you think that they should be aggressive, down by 3 scores, try and throw the ball and get that first down. But you're also so deep that you don't want to risk that turnover. So you can understand why they ran the ball there, want to get off the field, clean possession, punt it to this Spalding offense. But at the same time, down by 3 scores. Shocked to not see them go a little bit aggressive here.
Again, they nearly had that first down. Trusty got what they needed, but it was a hold that called it back. So now we will see Connor Sorial, who has been very, very good tonight punting when he's gotten the punt away. He's in his own end zone here. Another low snap. This time Sorial corrals it, and he's going to boot that. Takes a bounce out of bounds.
That's going to be good field position here for Spalding.
And a chance here for Snowden to make amends.
Now you go run the 2-minute drill here. On the plus side of the 40. Perfect opportunity to go make amends, as you said.
Snowden hands it off. That's Ledbetter with nice blocking. Huge chunk on first down.
And it was Trusty there tackling Ledbetter by the ankles. That would have been more yardage if it weren't for Trusty dragging them down there.
Snowden gives it to Ledbetter again, and he is met. A great defensive play by Messiah Juice.
Give Messiah Juice credit. He's playing all over the field.
Oh, man.
Big thumper there on that run. Whew.
And that's a powerful back that just got driven into the ground. I don't think we've seen that all year. Third down here for Spalding. Ledbetter again. Makes the man miss. Picks up the first. And he's going to be dragged across the 25.
You mentioned Ledbetter as being a powerful back. Certainly shows it there. As soon as he's close to that first down, keeps those feet churning, drags everybody else with him. Look at, he's the one that starts it. And the linemen help with the pull.
Here's Cam Miller. Takes the screen across the 15. A flag will fly from the middle of the field. So that's going to be coming back on a hold. Spalding have 58 seconds left to go. Snowden drops back to pass. He's going to fire it over the middle, and it's caught. That's Ledbetter breaking free and scoring. David Ledbetter, his first touchdown of the year from Snowden, makes it 27-zip.
What can't David Ledbetter do? We saw him make the play on special teams. Now he's on offense making plays. Just a simple pitch and catch, and Ledbetter turns and does the rest.
Again, David Ledbetter has caught a touchdown this year, but it was thrown by Cam Miller. Now he's got his first of the season from his quarterback.
Again, just a simple pitch and catch. He's got 3 guys trying to get to him, and he just keeps it moving, man. Hell of a play by Ledbetter there.
41 seconds left to go here in this first half.
Now you're Gilman, you're going to go into 1-minute offense mode, which really down by 4 scores, it means you're going to take your shots, try and get something quick, and then go from there. It's just it's one play at a time if you're Gilman. You can't make a 4-score deficit disappear in 1 or 2 plays.
Mo Lonergan boots it away. Remember, Gilman does start with the ball in the second half. And they find some points here. Johnson, far side. He is going to get to around the 30-yard line. A big play is needed here for Gilman.
No doubt, 33 seconds left. Wouldn't be shocked to see them throw the ball a ton on this drive and just try to get something here. You do get the ball back, so you do have that luxury.
"33 seconds to go here in the half. Gilman have a long way to go. And again, they've had some separation on some of these deep balls in this game. Just have not been able to execute. Instead, it's going to be a handoff here, and taken down quickly is Micah Wahab.
Again, you can understand it when you get the ball back. Got a little extracurricular activity at the end of that play, but good job on the refs. Keeping it cordial. I think Gilman called a timeout as that clock stopped.
26 seconds left, I guess.
They did, yes.
They deemed that there was enough yardage gained on that play. A timeout actually is going to be called here for Spalding. So again, tonight for Spalding, really just that one mistake, Jordan. They have looked very, very good outside of that interception.
No doubt. Certainly been an improvement from last week. I mean, we say an improvement. Like, they only had a couple turnovers last week and still put up a ton of points. And they're up 28-0. But it's certainly, outside of the one play, it's looked a much cleaner operation, and expect to see more of that in the second half here.
Punched in the mouth last week, but they still got to that running clock before that game was over. Another handoff here to Wahab. He goes up the middle, and there's a gang of Cavaliers waiting for him. A flag is going to fly.
Get another look at this run there. Just, again, something simple on the inside there. Again, Gilman, you don't have to be aggressive because you are getting the ball back first to start the second half. I think that's what Kyle Schmidt's going to decline it, because essentially you want to go to third down regardless.
The timeout's going to be called here again by Spalding.
You're thinking what I'm thinking. I think we both have that look on our face. Does he want to potentially set this third down up and try and get the ball back and maybe get some more points before the half? It's not possible with 17 seconds left.
Well, he's going to have to stop the clock again. Kyle Schmidt, he's got one more timeout. After this third down play, if they do get a stop, that's going to set up a punt. So Spalding is in line to get the football back here before this half is over without timeouts. Handoff goes here to Wahab. He dives forward. Timeout called by Kyle Schmidt with just 17 seconds left to go here in the second quarter, and that's going to make Gilman punt it away.
Like the aggressive move by Kyle Schmidt. Go for it. Put some trust in your offense to go make a play here at the half. Right before the half, get some big momentum heading into that second half. Potentially start that with a running clock if they score a touchdown, or at least get your kicker in the good position.
Again,
inspire some confidence. I think that inspires some confidence in your locker room as well.
Again, no timeouts for Spalding. So it's going to have to go to the sidelines, or Aaron Igwebe, who certainly has the goods to do it, could run this back. It's going to be a false start, and that's going to back up Gilman even more. So maybe 5 less yards of ground for Aaron Igwebe to cover. And I guess you could also argue for Kyle Schmidt, you can't take the timeouts with you, Jordan.
Certainly cannot. And again, I think it's more just like, hey, you're installing confidence in your guys, especially in your quarterback, Snowden, who you made the mistake earlier. You're saying to your quarterback, hey, I still trust in you. Go make a play.
Yeah, the freshman has been outstanding this season. Sorio gets the punt away. Igwebe calls for a fair catch at around the 35-yard line with 11 seconds to go.
Either go quick and try and get the ball in Igwebe's hands and let him find a lane, or go to a one-on-one, let somebody make a play or draw a penalty. It's as simple as that. And see if they can execute.
Well, if there's any offense in this league that could score in this situation, you're looking at it. Plenty of options to go downfield. Igwebe, Miller, and David Ledbetter are the receivers.
Well, certainly have home run ability.
Jupek is going to be moved over to the right side. Snowden is going to look downfield. Pressure is going to come, and he's just going to wisely throw that out of play with 3 seconds left to go. He was outside of the tackle box.
Good job by the Gilman secondary keeping up with those receivers. Nobody really had any resemblance of space, and Snowden did a good job just getting that ball away.
So this should be the final play here of the first half. Again, all three of the receivers out there ready to go. And Snowden's just going to take a knee. Gilman down by 28, but they will start with the ball in the second half. Jordan, your final thoughts here after 2 quarters.
We've certainly seen an improvement out of this Spalding offense. Gilman's given it all they got. And then I like that way that Kyle Schmidt played the timeouts. Even though you didn't get anything, you inspired some confidence in your guys heading into the second half. Excited to see that on display come the second half.
So we will step away here from Whittles Field. It's all Spalding after 2. Stick with us.
Become what you believe. Matthew 9:29. Another sunrise at Spalding. Another student thinking about their future. Another athlete making a crowd cheer. Another artist finding their voice. Dreamers having their first dream. Another sunrise for you. You who choose boldness, faith, and selflessness. Finding your community and forging your future. Making the choices that will carry you as you decide who you will become. The star of the show. A world changer. A leader. Become you, whoever you choose to be.
There's a certain type of warm, welcoming environment. That's not only what I felt as a student, but as a Spalding alumni.
That is what the community feels like. Feels like I'm home.
When I first went here in 1966, there was a home ec lab, and now there is a robotics lab.
It's obviously changed so much, but it's still the same.
I carry with me the confidence that was built right here at Spalding.
Look at the people that have graduated from Spalding, and they're well-rounded. They're strong-willed people, and they want to change the world in their chosen professions. I can see through my children, and I'm now hoping my grandchildren's eyes. We're all part of something special.
A legacy.
When I was looking for a school, I was looking for a place that would take me seriously.
Somewhere that felt alive.
Spalding taught me to be a part of something bigger than myself.
I'm very excited about my future. I've been inspired. I've been pushed. I was allowed to find my voice and thrive.
When I think back to my time here, I felt prepared for life. The education, the experience.
If I had to do it all over again,
I would not change a thing.
And I want that same feeling for my kids.
Become what you believe. Matthew 9:29. Another sunrise at Spalding. Another student thinking about their future. Another athlete making a crowd cheer. Another artist finding their voice. Dreamers having their first dream. Another sunrise for you. You who choose boldness, faith, and selflessness. Finding your community and forging your future. Making the choices that will carry you as you decide who you will become. The star of the show. A world changer. A leader. Become you, whoever you choose to be.
There's a certain type of warm, welcoming environment. That's not only what I felt as a student, but as a Spalding alumni.
That is what the community feels like. Feels like home.
When I first went here in 1966, there was a home ec lab, and now there is a robotics lab.
It's obviously changed so much, but it's still the same.
I carry with me the confidence that was built right here at Spalding.
Look at the people that have graduated from Spalding, and they're well-rounded. They're strong-willed people, and they want to change the world in their chosen professions. I can see through my children, and I'm now hoping my grandchildren's eyes. We're all part of something special.
A legacy.
When I was looking for a school, I was looking for a place that would take me seriously.
Somewhere that felt alive.
Spalding taught me to be a part of something bigger than myself.
I'm very excited about my future. I've been inspired. I've been pushed. I was allowed to find my voice and thrive.
When I think back to my time here, I felt prepared for life. The education, the experience.
If I had to do it all over again,
I would not change a thing.
And I want that same feeling for my kids.
Become what you believe. Matthew 9:29. Another sunrise at Spalding. Another student thinking about their future. Another athlete making a crowd cheer. Another artist finding their voice. Dreamers having their first dream. Another sunrise for you. You who choose boldness, faith, and selflessness. Finding your community and forging your future. Making the choices that will carry you as you decide who you will become. The star of the show. A world changer. A leader. Become you, whoever you choose to be.
And we welcome you back to Whittles Field. I'm Tyler Luckty. He is Jordan Johnson. Jordan, it's a 28-0 lead here for Spalding. McDonough just finished off St. Mary's 24-14. They will be coming to town here next week, regardless of who wins here in this one. I'm sure Spalding, though, would love to be a guest at their own party for the championship.
No doubt, if it ends up being Spalding, they hold on to this 28-0 lead. That'd certainly be a fun matchup. Of course, Spalding beat them at their place earlier in the season, 35-13. I believe that was one of Brian Snowden's first starts of the year, one of his earlier starts of the year. So certainly will be happy to have another shot against the team that they beat earlier this year.
So Mo Lonergan is in to boot this away for Gilman. Really feels like now or never. If they can get on the board right here.
Well, before this kick, give credit where it's due. The Spalding dance team had a good halftime set, and this crowd absolutely erupted for them. Certainly got the folks going at halftime.
Johnson is going to take the kick, and he's going to look to take off. Tries to get over to the near side, but he's going to be run down by Ahmed Prettyman. Ethan Frost on the tackle there for Spalding, and we will see Gilman set up here around the 20-yard line.
Jen, you certainly are Gilman. You want to keep this ball as long as possible, keep this Spalding team off the field, and then just slowly cut into it. You're not going to get it all in this drive, but you just want to do the little things right, keep one foot in front of another, and just go out and make good plays and give it your best shot. That's all you got. Your season's on the line. All the chips are on the table.
Corteal back in there at quarterback. He's going to hand this off to Trusty. Trusty spins, and he will go down for a loss. A good start here to the second half for Spalding.
And then on the other side, this was a Spalding defense that in the second half of the MSJ game last week got a little bit exposed a little bit, gave up some long drives themselves. So, when they're looking at it in terms of things, they want to keep that foot on the gas, continue to be aggressive on defense, and again, when you're looking at apples to apples, have a much better second half on that end of the field.
Loss of 3 there for Gilman. Corteal and this offense looking to start off this second half for the right foot. Corteal hands it off. That's Trusty with the spin move, and he dives forward to try to get back some of those yards that he lost on the last snap, and that's going to set up third down and long.
So Gilman's approaching this again as if it's 0-0. You're not trying to be overly aggressive. Just run your game plan. Try to make the little plays, but certainly trying to run the ball against this interior D-line and linebacker unit of Spalding is a tall task, as they've seen all game long. The Spalding crowd erupting a little bit thanks to the cheerleaders. Talked about their set at halftime, both them and the little cheerleaders for Spalding as well. And big third down here for the Cavaliers.
Corteal takes the snap. Pressure comes. He's dancing around, and he is not going to get away. A huge sack there for Spalding, and a stop to start the second half.
Give credit where it's due. That was a coverage sack. Corteal had time. Just couldn't find somebody. Then, as that secondary continued to hold up, the lanes just closed up, and finally Spalding finishes it off with the sack. Group effort there. The secondary starting it, the D lineman finishing it off.
Just too much there. Overwhelming Corteal. Connor Sorial is in to punt it away.
Give him credit where it's due. He's had quite a few good punts, but
that punt nearly blocked. Igwebe calls for a fair catch at around the 40-yard line. And we will see Brian Snowden and the Spalding offense again.
Of course, what does Kyle Schmidt like to do? He wants his teams to start fast. We saw them come out in the first drive of the game, starting rather fast, so would like to see that here in the second half, and certainly on the plus side, 40, good field position to do that. Antonio
Ledbetter has been the lead back all year. He's in there. Igwebe makes the catch on the near side. And he, with the stiff arm, tries to break free.
Yeah.
There goes the flag for the horse collar at 15 more.
Well, give Igwebe all the credit in the world on that play. This is not the greatest throw by Snowden, but give Igwebe credit coming back to it, then staying on his feet, making a move, and then the obvious horse collar here at the end of the play. You can't have that if you're Gilman. You got to stay disciplined in that situation. So even more yards for Spalding, and a good start right out the gate.
And a Spalding touchdown here would start the running clock. It really has been all Cavaliers tonight. 2 touchdowns through the air for Snowden, 2 on the ground from Ledbetter.
Of course, the 1 turnover was in the red zone, so you want to be extra careful here.
Handoff will go to Ledbetter, who wants his 3rd, and he is going to have a really, really good chance to get it here on this next snap as he powers his way inside the 5.
Again, just the motions, setting that up, all the motion. I just don't think Gilman can keep up with it. Everybody's staying on their blocking schemes, allowing Ledbetter to get the yardage there.
Ledbetter still in there.
Playbook is wide open for this Spalding offense.
Handoff goes to Ledbetter. No, it's fake. Snowden keeps it. Snowden scores. It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. Got everybody to bite on the fake, and he pounds it in for 6.
Good awareness there by Snowden, getting everybody out there on the fake. And of course, everybody in the stadium looking at Ledbetter. Snowden says, I'm an athlete too, and stretches that ball across the line. And as this extra point goes through, up 35-0. Of course, up by 35, the running clock starts. Let's look at the finesse there by Brian Snowden. Then finishing it off by stretching across the line. Well done, young buck. And that's how you make up for a turnover earlier in the game.
So if there's not a response from Gilman, the second half is going to really fly by. The clock will not stop unless there is a timeout or an injury.
Speaking of things flying by, this football season has flown by, as we also have a plane in the background, because it's already flown by because the Cavalier kickoff for basketball is next Friday night. So big week, crossover season for this Spalding athletic department. Been gracious host all season long, and give them credit where it's due, juggling all these championship level sports here at Spalding.
Lonergan's going to boot that into the end zone for a touchback. And we will see Gilman and their offense come back out again. It's been a frustrating night for this Gilman offense, as they will look to get something going now with the clock just rolling. New quarterback in is Brian Curtis. And up the middle there on the run for a gain of a few there on first down. Curtis on the year has thrown the ball 29 times. He's completed just 9, though. 31%. Does have a touchdown.
Certainly understand it. Give your young freshmen some time and potentially even a spark.
See what the freshman is able to do. 2 of 8 for -2 yards last time out against McDonough. Gonna fake the handoff, fire it downfield, and the pass is going to be hauled in. A nice diving catch there for Colton Danielczyk.
Hey, that's why you put the freshman in there. Get somebody to get you a spark. Good fake. Get on the outside. Little sidearm throw. Well done. Catch complete. And finished all the way to the ground. just get a little something going if you're Gilman.
Again, you could be taking a look at the future of this program here in Curtis. It's just his 10th completion of the year, but he is certainly mobile. He's shown flashes. Hand off to Johnson, who changes directions. Johnson with a great run. He gets it up for a first down to around the 45.
And that was his best run of the night. Give him credit for the cutback there. Just following your blockers there. It was Drew's the main one, and all he had to do was follow him and give Johnson credit. Yeah, this Gilman team, a little bit of momentum. Take the numbers off the scoreboard, one foot in front of the other, and make play after play, and you never know what can happen.
Curtis looking for the long ball down the far sideline, and it's going to fall incomplete, but a flag will fly for pass interference, and that's going to move the chains here for Gilman.
And that's what happens with those 50-50 balls. Get a little handsy there. They're going to call it on Smith again.
Again, the closest ref to the play didn't throw it. That was thrown more towards the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be waved away.
Because to that point, I was going to say it didn't even look like it was that much there.
Well,
from
again,
Smith,
it looks
even compared to the penalty earlier, where you could have made the argument one way or another. They picked up the flag because this one was pretty obvious.
It looked like the crew there was deferring to the line judge that was closest to the action, and he didn't see anything. So the flag gets waved off. Curtis under pressure, running for his life. He lost the ball. That's live. It rolls out of play. And now the refs are going to say it's an incomplete pass.
Regardless, good play by this Spalding defense, closing in on Curtis right away. The main guy in there was Luke Winkler, the linebacker.
Then
everybody else joined him.
Refs got it right. Clock continues to tick down, nearly a fumble.
It's a big 3rd down and 10.
Curtis says, as a trusty to his left. Curtis dropping back. He's going to step up, and he's going to be dragged down. A sack there on 3rd down again by this Spalding defense who's been everywhere. David Otubu got back there alongside Fox Hare.
And so Spalding going a little bit deeper into rotation here on defense. Starting to make some subs up 35, and they're starting to make plays as well.
Andrew Hall is back to return this punt, so it looks like we're going to maybe see the second offensive unit led by Chase Magnelli. Punt away by Sorio. Drew Hall makes the catch, breaks a tackle, gets to the near side, cuts back in. A flag will fly as Hall gets across the 40. There's an injured Greyhound down. Looks like that is Patrick Morrow, who was hurt earlier in this game. Good to see him back up to his feet.
Good play on the return by Drew Hall. Of course, we know just how electric he is once he gets in the game for this Spalding offense, and making a play on special teams, although it potentially could come back.
So it will be Chase Magnelli's turn. With this offense, a flag is going to fly, and it's going to be against Gilman.
And of course, as we know, Tyler, just because this is the second unit of Spalding, this is still a dangerous group. Jeremiah
it's
Yates,
not that
David
much of a drop off.
Right,
David
David
crazy
Ledbetter.
As that's to say. You've got Andrew Hall, who's just a sophomore, who's made play after play after play this year. And
Ahmed Prettyman at running back, who we saw make a couple plays earlier in this game.
Makai Johnson and Jeremiah Yates are the two receivers in there with Hall, as this is Prettyman up the middle. He's going to be dragged down after a short gain. The backup D-line in there as well. Give a quick shout to Owen Rickard, Alex Giddens, Tucker Lapriola, Cade Cobb, and Michael Byrne. Again, a good opportunity for all of these guys to get some playoff reps here as that clock is rolling. Magnelli, far side. It's going to be caught by Hall, who cuts inside, and he is going to be run down there by Dominic Edwards.
That's a Gilman defense that's certainly been watching the film on Hall, because as soon as that ball hit his hands, they all swarmed to him.
Look at big number 33 chasing him down. That's a great effort. Jacob Webster got over there, too, to try to help bring down the speedy number 42. Spalding does not have to snap this before the fourth quarter, and Kyle Schmidt might just let this run. And that's exactly what he will do. Fourth quarter coming up. Spalding up big. Stick with us here on Hype Time Sports. Spalding's band sounding good. Spalding's team looking good as they are on their way to their fourth consecutive AA championship game. Final 12 minutes on the clock. It is a running clock, so once this ball is snapped, the clock will not stop unless Gilman can cut the lead from 25. Backups are in here for Spalding. Chase Magnelli, backup quarterback. He's just a freshman, throws it out of play on the near side. He was looking for the senior Jeremiah Yates, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Spalding will have to punt this away.
So as we wind down fourth quarter here, just to get an update, because we will have the B Conference Championships here on
really excited for that one. That should be a really good game.
Boys Latin currently down 44-3 against Pilati over at Meade High School.
As that punt's going to roll all the way down to the 20-yard line and inside the 20. A great punt for Mo Lonergan, who does not punt too often. And Gilman is going to have a long way to go.
That game between John Carroll and St. Paul's to determine the other team in that championship matchup take place tomorrow at noon over at St. Paul's.
So Pilati and McDonough and Spalding, they all look to have their foot in the door. It's who is that final spot going to be? That's the question for next Saturday. 3 p.m. is the kickoff for the B Conference title game with the A Conference matchup to follow it. We will have both games for you.
Just to look ahead, that's a St. Paul's team that's sort of been the big dogs of the B Conference so far, but you know Pilati will give them everything they got if they advance. St. Paul's certainly got to take care of John Carroll first, but
it's Joseph Kim making the catch. Torrey Massenberg, who had an interception last time out.
Of course, Joseph Kim, the lacrosse player at Gilman. A lot of guys playing multiple sports. Kim out here doing it on the football field as well.
It's definitely a benefit, I think, being a school in this league. The lacrosse is so good. You're getting top-tier athletes from all over to come and play. Handoff here goes to Nick Gladney, and Gladney, who had a solid day against McDonough, gets in here for just his second appearance of the season, and he works his way across the 30 to move the chains.
And just to finish that point, you know, Kim committed to play at North Carolina. Have to wonder if he'll be one of those guys that plays multiple sports and potentially, you never know, could attempt to give it a walk-on try for Coach Belichick.
Right, if there is one coach that you would think would give a lacrosse player an opportunity, it would be Mr. Lacrosse Bill Belichick. Brian Curtis here on first down. Quick throw over to the far side for Johnson, who tries to get around glass, and he is going to be rocked out of bounds after a solid gain there on first down.
Nice little burst from Johnson there, and again, Gilman, you're giving it all you got. You know what the score is, but for some of these guys, it's potentially their last threats of high school football, and some of them football ever. So you're certainly just cherishing the moment out there with your guys.
Yeah, that's the conversation we were having before this game. You know, it's not like soccer where there's men's leagues all over the place where you can play. For a lot of these guys, for these seniors out there right now wearing white,
hey, I don't know
this
about
truly
you,
might
but
be the last time.
I don't know about you, but I've seen some clips of 37U on TikTok, Tyler.
It's out there. It's just not as common. Curtis with some nice moves on the far side, and he's going to get a short gain. But the point is, again, just special bond these guys have with this group. And, hey, they've earned a spot in the playoffs, and hats off to them for doing so.
And they're playing in one of the most competitive conferences in the Mid-Atlantic region. And, yeah, hats off to Gilman. It's been a great year. To me, like you said, to even make the playoffs in this tough of a conference certainly is not easy.
There's no free passes to get into the dance. They got in over Calvert Hall, a team with plenty of guys going to play at the next level. Curtis over the middle. Pass is caught, diving down quickly. There is Daniel Check, who's had himself quietly a pretty nice night. He's got a few catches to his name.
Now listen, for a lot of these guys, call it what it is. You know, you're going to get good film out there against a Spalding team that a lot of people around the country, are considering one of the top teams. And so it certainly doesn't hurt, as you staying in the game, see these Gilman guys that, hey, you want to put good film out there against a good team. The loss is going to sting, but there's certainly a bright side to everything.
Curtis takes the handoff. He's going to look downfield. His pass is almost intercepted there. Good job by Brendan Hicks, whose name we've said a lot tonight. Juke Taylor, the intended target.
No doubt Hicks is a guy that this Gilman offense is tested, and he stepped up to the plate where it's needed. And certainly like to see that, especially headed into next week where this McDonough group will test the Spalding secondary. So job well done.
There's some real talent on that McDonough team. It should be a fun one. Curtis hands it off to one of those seniors in Trusty, who fights for every yard. He gets to the 50. And it's going to be 3rd down and 4 coming up.
With 6 minutes left, clock winding down, it certainly would do good for momentum. Close out your season, Gilman, if you did get a score here. Coach Scott Van Zyl certainly has to like the product that he's put out there and know that they've got a bright future ahead of them.
Curtis looking to throw over the middle, and he connects to Juke Taylor. Another senior making a nice catch, and Taylor has come into this game with just 2 catches all year. He's had that and more already here tonight.
And certainly stepped up. Obviously, you don't see it in the scoreboard, but, hey, that's what you want out of your seniors. Leave it all out there.
Remember, he had that big first down early on where he
took
it and ran a long way. Yeah, leave it all out there is absolutely right, Jordan.
That's all the seniors want to do. You dread playoff time because you never know when it's coming.
As Johnson makes the catch and gets dragged down. And there's an injured Cavalier down on the field.
Certainly what you don't want to see if you're Spalding. Ethan Frost going down there, luckily able to get up on his feet. Hopefully it's just a rolled ankle.
Also down is Johnson. Yeah, that's Ethan Frost, the sophomore, who's got over 40 tackles this year. Jordan, he's a really, really important player on the Spalding defense. Aiden Johnson, the sophomore, who gets a lot of usage, averaging nearly 6 yards a carry this season.
Yeah, Johnson's got a bright future for this Gilman team. We've obviously seen him all over the field playing both ways for this team today, and only a sophomore. He's only going to get better and better. And then for Frost, you hope it's not serious. As you look into next week, he's certainly going to be a guy you want healthy.
Good to see Johnson up to his feet, walking off. A nice cheer from this crowd. Again, talk about some of the defensive talent we're going to see next week. Obviously, Spalding has tons of guys. You look at Joey Sheffers leading the way. And then, remember, McDonough's got Nick Abrams, who's headed to Georgia, who is as good as it gets at linebacker.
No doubt.
He's a top 15 linebacker in the country. And again, with Cam Pinson not dressed tonight, you wonder if there could be some troubles for the Spalding rushing game. Curtis, downfield, wants it all, got it all. He connects with Crickstan, and Gilman are on the board.
You certainly love to see that if you're Gilman. Finally, after all those attempted deep balls, this is the one that gets executed. Great throw and catch. Curtis puts it right there on the numbers for Crickstan to go get it. And that's just a good momentum builder. You want to talk about positive plays. Obviously, the score not in your favor, but you give your boy this team, especially for the seniors, leaving it all out there on the field, going for two. Why not? Clock has stopped here.
Yep. Get under 35. You stop the clock, and how about Gilman going for two here? Why not? Curtis gives to Trusty, and Trusty is in. A nice moment there for the senior to make it 35-8. Jordan, how about that drive for Gilman, led by a freshman quarterback in Curtis?
Again, Curtis made the big throw there to get the touchdown, and hey, why not go for two? Again, you're just looking for positive momentum. The score is what it is at this point, but obviously, you get the clock to stop, buy yourself a few more plays, and then you just get some positive momentum heading to end your season.
Let's take a look here at the deep ball again. How perfect was this placement by Curtis?
Yeah, clean pocket. Just executes it right there in front of his receiver. It doesn't get much better than that.
And then how about this moment for the senior?
Yeah, then the big boy's just setting it up for the two-point conversion. All he's got to do is walk in, and you certainly love that for your senior running back.
Yep, and if that's the last touch in the career of Isaiah Trusty,
it's a good way to go out,
right?
Eh?
You're finding the paint and grass, putting points on the board, and you got to give credit to big number 15. He has been running hard all night long.
No doubt about it.
So now we will see Connor Sorial kick this away. See if Gilman goes onside. No, Sorial will just boot it deep. And that's going to stop on a dime. That's a live ball, and Prettyman has to dive on it. What a kickoff by Sorial. Oh, my goodness.
It almost took the lucky bounce Gilman's way. Luckily, Spalding able to come over.
What a night for number 24 in white.
Special teams, special players, special plays. Not to sound like sketch, but
man,
special teams department's been getting it done for Gilman.
Again, outside of the snap that he had trouble with, we've seen multiple punts down inside the 10 tonight, and now a kickoff that bounces literally on the goal line and stays in play. Great night for the huddle tape for him as Prettyman gets one on the huddle tape right there. Nice run.
Nice run for Prettyman there. Again, like you said, that'll be one that he'll certainly have on the huddle tape, but Again, look at that speed, getting away from a couple tackles, keeping it churning a little bit, and keeping this clock rolling for the Spalding offense.
Looks like Marcus Turpin slow to get off the field. Prettyman, nothing slow about his game as he powers forward for another nice run.
And that's what you're doing, end of game situation. You just want to keep that ball on the ground, don't want to turn the ball over, and Prettyman's getting it done.
Again, it's incredible to watch Magnelli, Jordan, because they start a freshman. Their backup is another excellent youngster, as Yates may have just inadvertently saved his quarterback from an interception there with that tip.
No doubt, sometimes your receivers have to play a little bit of DB there, and he certainly had to do that. Luckily, that ball didn't get intercepted.
Yeah, that was headed right for Bo Vaughn. 3rd down and short. Gilman's defense trying to give their offense at least one more possession. Can they get a stop here? Handoff is going to go to Prettyman. He's going to be dragged down. I think he is short. And it looks like Gilman's defense has gotten one last stop.
Good stand for this Gilman defense. We'll see. Looks like this Spalding offense going to stay on the field here for 4th down. Why not if you're Kyle Schmidt?
Yeah, if you're Kyle Schmidt, you're just trying to run this thing all the way out.
You feel like a 1st down here pretty much does it, keeps you on the field.
Magnelli might just get them to try to jump, and then we could see a punt here. Spalding are in no rush. And now we're going to see a timeout called by Kyle Schmidt. Just wanted to run some time off the clock. And let's see if Spalding elects to punt this away now or send the offense right back out there and punt it away. So for Spalding, this is a team that just does not lose.
Good out.
And they MIAA, and they are headed to their 4th straight championship game.
Obviously 3 straight wins. Potentially go for 4, Pete. That's a big task to ask, but if there's one guy that's up for it, certainly Kyle Schmidt. And you're seeing it in the results, just the way he's built this Spalding program. Obviously been here a while, but certainly the elevation of it over the last 3 to 4 years. Been fun to watch, and we'll go for number 4.
Prettyman dives forward, and he will move the chains. And it's really incredible what this Spalding team have been able to do this year without, for the most part, Miles McAfee, who had a leg fracture just a few plays into the season out in Indiana. He is in pads tonight on the sideline wearing number 8.
Yeah, the fact that he's even in pads, credit to him. Certainly a tough guy.
Yeah,
after that gruesome injury.
Oh, man, a big hit there for Juice, who's had a few big plays tonight.
Just to finish that point on McAfee, you know he's a leader, and he's out there on the sideline supporting his guys. And number 8, certainly glad to see him with his Spalding teammates and he's hanging around. We obviously know what he can do on the field. It hasn't been the type of year he's wanted with the injury, but hey, if his teammates can reward him by getting them a championship, they're going to want to do that, and it will be certainly fun for him.
Miaa Adaroba is into this game. That's just his 4th carry of the year. So again, Miles McAfee missed almost all of his junior year. Number 4 player in Maryland in that junior class, number 16 wide receiver. He is as dynamic as it gets, and we just have not been able to see him play much this season.
No doubt, but you hear everybody around Spalding talk about the type of person he is.
That's Drew Hall with a nice gain.
Just to finish that point, staying engaged. Teammates look up to him as a leader, upperclassman, and they've been playing for that guy all season long.
So the holding call is going to back up the Cavaliers. Just 18 seconds left to go between Spalding and a trip to their 4th consecutive MIAA title game where they will look for their 4th consecutive MIAA championship. Again, that game next Saturday after the B Conference title game.
Again,
here on Hype Time Sports, they'll take on McDonough.
You certainly just get a scope of the season for Spalding. Obviously, a little bit of a rough start in the non-conference play, but as soon as conference play kicked up, they got it rolling. They've been the big dogs ever since.
So Spalding will be guests at their own party next weekend. McDonough is invited as well. Another dominant win for a dominant team, and Spalding will look to close the season out with their 10th win and their 4th straight title next week in the MIAA championship game.
Very complete performance for this Spalding team. Well done from start to finish. Give Gilman credit. They certainly made their fair share of plays, left it all out on the field, had a great year. And as you mentioned, Spalding coming right back here to Whittles Field for a chance at a 4th straight MIAA conference title.
And again, Jordan, it was going to be at Whittles Field no matter who was playing in that game this year, but I guarantee you Coach Kyle Schmidt and his team really want the chance to win it right here at home next week. And again, we've got the B Conference game coming up as well, and with the statement from Pilati tonight, could they find a way to lift some hardware?
Yeah, St. Paul's and John Carroll going at it tomorrow. That'll be an interesting matchup. St. Paul's been the big dogs of the B Conference, and then obviously we're looking at Spalding, the big dogs of the A Conference. It's certainly going to help to have your own student section right behind you for a championship game in your home environment.
Yeah,
one of the best environments in this conference.
It's an opportunity that does not come up much, and you better believe that Spalding has been thinking about that game all year long.
Yeah, when you look at it on the schedule and you see that you're host, it adds a little bit of extra juice to it, and they played like it all year long, and certainly they've kind of conquered through the non-conference, got to conference play, and now they'll have a chance at it next weekend.
So that's going to do it for us. A big day of football next Saturday right here starting at 3 p.m. on High Time Sports. For our producer, Paul Garza, for my great partner, Jordan Johnson, I am Tyler Lochte, signing off here from Whittles Field. We'll see you next Saturday.